Guys, we have so much to talk about in this video. We have leaks, we have investments, we have an insane market right now with a ton of content. We have a new promo coming this Friday. I mean, guys, today is...
It's match day.
If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up on it. And of course, if you're enjoying the daily FIFA 22 market videos, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any content from me. So guys, as I said, we have a ton of stuff to look forward to this week. Icon swaps is completely leaked. We know the objectives, we know the rewards. We do have the winter wildcard promo coming this Friday as well, which will basically be what Foot Freeze was last year. We've had absolute mayhem on the market with these versus cards. We're kind of talk about that at the end of the video, but I want to talk about three investments or just a couple investments that could make you guys a ton of coins over the next week. And by a ton of coins, I mean it, guys. Like I think you guys can double your coins with these investments. So getting into our first investment, we're going to talk about fodder because there's a ton of different stuff that you guys can actually buy in the lead up to icon swaps and the new promo. It's going to make you guys a lot of coins. So first things first, here are the rewards for icon swaps. We have basically some really nice fodder packs here. We saw this last year with these, 25, 83 plus, 82 plus, 81 plus, whatever it might be. We also do know the icons, mid Casillas, mid Rio, a baby/mid pack, a prime Overmars, and only mid pack, mid Desai, baby Del Piero, a mid 89 plus, a player pick between a baby or mid, prime Zambrotta, mid or prime pack, or then the player pick for baby, mid, or prime, and then a mid Rooney is the final card. The icon selection, not too great. I'm not a huge fan of it. But the packs and everything else, it looks really good. People are going to be wanting to do this. And that means people are going to be completing icon swaps rather quick. And we do know some of the objectives already. We have a full Brazilian squad that's needed, a full Argentinian squad that's needed, a full Dutch League squad that is needed, and then a full silver squad. So these are the four that are going to be thrown into squad battle objectives. So guys, I'm looking at really any pacey Brazilian cards, Argentinian cards, silver cards, or even the Dutch League cards that are good meta and are probably going to be, not too high rated because there is probably going to be a rating cap on it. I believe last year we were stuck in Managerial Masterpiece where the max was 77 overall. I might be wrong. If someone knows, obviously drop it in the comments. But I do think investing in any of those kind of objective cards is going to be a really, really big dub. I really like the Dutch League. I like the league specific ones. Obviously, there's less of a selection. Considering if you take a look at like the Brazilian ones, there's so many Brazilians you can choose from. Whereas the Dutch League, you guys don't have too many cards that you guys can really select. And in return, obviously, that means that everyone is going to be buying these same cards up. So if we go and take a look here, there's obviously a few cards that aren't horrible, but I don't see many people spending 72k for a Gravenberg. So a lot of these people are going to be going for kind of these gold cards or these cheaper cards. So I really like the idea of some of the rule breaker cards. I think will be really, really good and much, much needed. And then just some of the gold cards that are usable and pacey. I think, gold Tagliafico will be fine. You guys can literally just switch it here to pace. Find the pacey golds, go and pick them up. Find the pacey cards in this league. People are going to use them no matter what. Antony's a card I really, really do like if you guys can get at 1k. He does have 5-star skills, by the way. He's going to be a popular selection to complete these objectives. He's very pacey, he's very easy to buy. I could quite honestly see this card easily hit up to like 2k when the objectives do come out. And the same with some of these other cards. This card, Bruma, he's a good selection as well. Discard price, there's no risk in some of these cards. People will use them. Now, of course, there is the squad foundation cards out as well, which means, people might even start using some of these which means some people might use these other cards to complete these objective ones so they can use them later on. I just think it's a really good shout. I mean, you guys could also look into the Argentinians. You could look into silvers. I think with silvers, there's just too many selections with the silver stars and everything like that. So I just don't think silvers are going to move up too much. Whereas, with these kind of nations that are limited, I think Argentina also, you're rather limited on who you can select. I think you can make some, good choices. When it does come to that Brazilian one, of course, I mean, I just don't see many people wanting to drop a ton of coins on, say, Vinicius Jr. or something like that. I just don't think there's so many Brazilians. I don't think it'll really go over too well. If we sort by pace, obviously, or even just by price and gold cards, you'll see there's not a huge selection of cards that really are super usable, and that are the gold cards, of course. So I think picking up any of the gold kind of Argentinian cards from the good leagues, good nations, I think they're going to end up doing rather well, just because there's not a huge selection of them. Of course, you guys want to try and get close to discard. I mean, you don't want to be picking up, you know, these 76 rated cards at 2.5K. It's very risky to do so. But as I'm saying, guys, like, I don't know, I'd rather stick to the Dutch league. I just don't think there's great options at this price. I mean, you could pick up like Correa at discard price or something like that. I think those are decent shouts, but you know, for me, I think the Dutch league is probably the safer bet. Now this leads me into my next bit of fodder, because a lot of you guys probably could have made some great profit with the icon SBC earlier this week. It was good to see that the, you know, base and mid icon pack was used. So we will obviously see it much more in the future. But for me, guys, I took my profit on Trent. You know, I bought a good majority between 20, 18K, heavier side kind of 18. So we could call it like 19K average. I sold them all at 23K, 22K on the weekend. You know, when I have, you know, a bunch of them, you know, I bought about 100 or so. Not a lot, but I bought 100. You know, 4K profit per card. It ends up being like 400K for a really easy hold. I just bought them all the Friday beforehand. Kind of a hold over the weekend. Sell them. I might rebuy the high rated fodder. I think high rated fodder is still a really good shout. Just taking a look at the gold cards themselves, they're still very low. And I think high rated fodder is a good shout. You guys can literally just rebuy it when we get lightning rounds on Friday for the new promo. We're getting fodder packs and stuff like that. So things are going to stay rather flat. EA are really trying to control this fodder market. So for me, guys, you guys got to be careful and cautious of who you choose. Of course, try to choose cards that could be going out of packs, or just cards that, you know, are just needed for SBCs usually. But with that, I think it's a good idea to start picking up 83s. I did shout it out in the Discord, which is linked in the description. I think it's a great time to buy 83s. They're at discard price again. We saw how high some of these cards did end up going. We have a couple cards that currently could be getting Team of the Week cards that are 83 rated. I recommend you guys check out the Team of the Week video from yesterday to kind of find out who that was. But just overall, I think 83s will do well. You buy them at discard price, guys. These cards will be, you know, 1.5K in a few days' time. Now, I want to move on to our next promo, and that is going to be the Winter Wildcard, which is going to be foot freeze. I've heard, and I'm pretty sure it's confirmed, we will be getting player SBCs every single day. And I mean, we basically have been getting a ton of player SBCs, just non-stop player SBC, player SBC, player SBC. Now, take a good look at the requirements, guys, because all of them are requiring 84, 85, 86, 83 rated players. But notice there's also Team of the Week players required too, which is, you know, we're constantly getting this, which means the market's slowly starting to get drained of this kind of solution. So, you know, all these Team of the Week cards are getting taken off the market and put into these SBCs. And don't get me wrong, I think all of these have been very good. I know some people were disappointed with the Mertens because he didn't get a weak foot or skill move upgrade. But just overall, take a look at all these cards, guys. Team of the Week, 83, 84s that are required in this. So you guys are going to be seeing those kind of lower, those 83 to 85 informs. The supply is getting drained on them, which means when we start getting our daily player SBCs for the Winter Wildcard promo, there's not going to be a lot of supply of them on the market, which means these cards really could start to shoot up very soon. So I like the idea of high rated fodder, low rated fodder right now for golds. But in a few weeks time, or even a week or so, when you guys sell off again for pretty nice profit, I would take a nice look at those 83s, those 84s, and those 85s, because they are starting to move. We're starting to see 84s push off of discard. 83s are up to like 13, 14K now, some of the lowest ones. And these cards are investments, of course. So you pick them up, you hold them, and you hold for a few weeks. And they'll go from, you know, 11, 12K up to 15, 16K. It's easy profit, but you guys have to be patient. I notice a lot of you guys are not patient at all. Be patient with these fodder cards, guys. They're investments. Hold, you will be rewarded. Now, I think 85s are a good shout too, but EA really seem to be pushing these 84s. But when the 83s and 84s push up, they'll push the 85s up, which in return will push the 86s up. It's really anything between 83, 84, 85, I think is a good shout. It's just a matter of time before they really explode, and we are seeing all these new packs get added into the code. I wouldn't be surprised. Holiday time coming, you know, between Christmas and New Year's, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of casino SBCs released to just take out a ton of coins from the market ahead of Team of the Year in January. Now, there is a leak around the team that's going to be coming out for the Winter Wildcard. I don't think there's any real confirmation yet, so I'm not going to share it just yet. If we do get confirmation, I'll throw it into a video sometime later this week. So keep your eyes out for that, guys. But as far as that goes, I think, you know, the fodder investments are a really good shout. I think the icon swaps ones will be really good as well. Other than that, guys, I'm still staying away from metas. I just think it's too risky with all the content we're going to see come out. Primes are likely coming out very soon, which means icons are going to be taking a little bit of a dip rather soon, as well as just meta cards. They haven't been doing great so far. Now, I do want to quickly talk about these FUT versus cards because we did see EA once again mess up. I heard there's not much supply of these cards on the market, and the prices are insanely high just due to that. Now, I'm not 100% certain because I was out today, so I wasn't at the console when these cards came out, but I did hear supply was rather weird on a lot of these consoles. Regardless, though, I don't like many of these cards as a pickup. There really hasn't been a big fodder card at a good price. The only card that really interests me as a fodder card would be this Pereira card, and that's just because he sits at discard price right now. Because we have seen in the past that EA has required, you know, promo cards for SBCs. We didn't see it in the last SBC, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it in like this one. So either the, you know, the fire card or the ice card, it really doesn't matter. I want to say they're the same price at 13K. So for me, I think it's just kind of a no-brainer pickup, because if something does come out, the card will go up like crazy. And if he doesn't, you guys maybe lose like 3K a card. If not, I don't even think he drops to discard. He's 85 rated. He's a special card, especially because their supply is so scarce. It just means that, you know, in a few weeks time, the card will rise no matter what. So you pick one up, store him in your club, and that is that. If you guys want to invest in more Team of the Week cards, you want more information on that, check out this video right here. It'll help you guys kind of go through what's going to come out this week with Team of the Week. It's a good help. Check it out. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, peace.